everyone, my name is Michelle and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be filming my 36-week pregnancy update. So today while I'm filming this, I am exactly 36 weeks and 1 day pregnant. I am due with my second baby boy due June 24th. So I have some very exciting news. So yesterday was my very last day of work. So I am officially on my maternity leave. So I live in the state of California, and between California law and between my company that I work for, so for maternity leave I do get 4 weeks before my due date, and then I get 6 weeks of recovery, and then as of July 1st here in California we're getting 8 weeks of baby bonding, and then my company also offers an additional 6 weeks unpaid, which you can use like your paid time off for, like your sick time. So you can take this time intermittently or you can take it all at once. But I'm gonna take it all at once. I just wanna enjoy as much time as I possibly can with my family. And so that has officially started and I'm so excited. So the apps that I've been using this pregnancy are the Pregnancy Plus, the Ovia Pregnancy, and the What to Expect app. So according to those apps, he is 19.13 inches long and 6.30 pounds. And he is about the size of a ripe papaya. So I did have my 36-week appointment today, and she says my belly is measuring on track, but she does think that the baby's not going to be very big. So when I read like the weight that the apps tell me, that's just an estimate. That's like an average on how much the baby would weigh at this time. But she does think that my baby is running a little bit on the smaller side, so it might be a little bit different. But that's fine with me because I'm trying to go for a Vbac this time, and I don't want to push out an 8-pound baby. So that's fine with me if he wants to be a little bit on the smaller side. Liam was 7 pounds even when he was born, but he was born a week early via scheduled C-section. So also according to the apps, his lungs are officially developed. So they say that he will be able to breathe completely on his own if he's born right now. So that's amazing. That's such great news to hear, especially during this whole pandemic. I don't want any chances of him being put in the NICU. Like, I just want to have my baby and I want to take him home as soon as possible. My midwife also asked me if I had my hospital bag packed yet, and I said, no, not yet, but I do plan on doing it this week. And so she does recommend doing it as soon as possible, just so it's like out of the way, just so you know you have it just in case, because it could really happen at any time. And so, like I said, I do plan on packing it this week, and I will be filming a video for you guys on the what's in my hospital bag, and I believe I'll put that up next week or the week after. So keep an eye out for that one, definitely. So for my weight. So like I've said in my previous updates, I started out this pregnancy at 151 pounds, and I did lose 6 pounds in my first trimester, and I gained that back very slowly. And so as of last week, I said I was 163 pounds, but this week I actually lost 2 pounds, and I weigh 161. So that's a total weight gain of 10 pounds, and I'm 36 weeks. So like I said in another video, I'm not very comfortable with the fact that I'm losing weight in my third trimester because this has happened in a previous week. And so this time I did mention it to my doctor. I asked her, is that okay? And she says, yes, if you're overweight, they recommend to gain about 10 to 15 pounds. She said, you're not overweight, so we usually try to do like 15 to 25. But she wasn't really concerned about my weight gain. She says, as long as you're eating, as much as you need to be eating, then the baby's getting what he needs and it's fine. But she said it definitely doesn't hurt to increase your snacks. So that just gives me an excuse to snack a little bit more. So I also still just have that one stretch mark on the bottom of my belly. So last week I shared this stretch mark, and it wasn't very obvious last week. It was kind of like one of those like white stretch marks where it's like kind of clear almost, but you can tell it's there. Now it's starting to get to like that purple color, so it is darkening. I am trying to put lotion on my belly a lot more just because I wasn't very good at it at first, thinking like it wasn't going to help or it wasn't going to prevent anything. But now that I am starting to get a stretch mark, I'm starting to be a little bit more careful with the lotion. So we'll see what happens if I get any more, but so far it's still just that one. So at my doctor's appointment today, she also swabbed me for the Group B strep. So I don't have the results on that yet. I don't know when they're gonna come. So when I get those results, I'll share it in next week's pregnancy update. So she also did a cervical check to check his position and to see if I'm dilating at all. And so she did feel his head, so he is still head down, thank gosh. If you're new, the reason I had a C-section the first time was because he was breech. And so this pregnancy, I'm just so paranoid that he's gonna be breech, but my son was breech since 20 weeks and he never flipped. He was breech the entire time. And so at my 20-week ultrasound this time, he was head down, and so far he's been head down this whole time. So I think that I have really good odds on having a successful Vbac for that reason. So it's really exciting. She did say that my cervix is still closed, so there's no sign of dilation yet, but that's okay. I'm only 36 weeks. We still have 4 more weeks until my due date. And honestly, I would be totally fine if I make it to like 41 weeks. Okay, so now for my symptoms. So I'm still having that same horrible heartburn, and I honestly think that I'm gonna have the heartburn probably even after I have the baby, just because it's been so bad and so consistent. I just don't see it easing up at all anytime soon. Who knows? I've also been getting a lot of lower abdominal cramping. Now that I'm not at work anymore, I'm hoping that's gonna ease up a lot. I think I was pushing myself too hard at work. I do work 10 hours a day, most of it being on my feet, and so that's pretty strenuous. So I'm hoping that now it's going to calm down a lot. And along the same lines, this week I've been getting a lot more Braxton Hicks contractions. So they've actually been they're not consistent, but they've been a lot more frequent. And at first they weren't painful at all. You know, you could just feel that it was happening. But there was a couple where I was like, okay, that almost feels like it could be a little bit painful, but maybe I'm just being a baby. So I was actually kind of thinking those were more like, not labor contractions, but more like progressive contractions. So when I was kind of expecting her to tell me I was at like a 1 when I went in to get my cervical check, but since I was still at a 0, that maybe it was just nothing. So I've also this week been having hip pain. So I definitely feel like my hips are trying to spread out. They're getting really uncomfortable. My waddle is getting so much worse. It's so hard for me to stand up. If I go for, like, I can't go from a sitting position to a standing position without holding on to something. Like, it's getting really hard to stand. Once I'm like standing and walking, like I'm okay, but like getting from sitting to standing is very difficult. So my energy level. So I have days where I'm so motivated, I'm so energized, I want to get so much done, and I'm so productive. And usually like the day after that, I am like a zombie and I can't get off the couch. I can't do anything. I'm just so exhausted. I just want to sleep all day. So I'm really having a lot of extremes in both directions. I haven't really been having any days where I'm like, oh yeah, I'm like lazy, but I still want to do this, or just like in between. I'm either extremely motivated and want to do everything, or I'm so dead I can't do anything. So that's been kind of interesting. I've also noticed my belly button looks like it's trying to pop out. So I didn't have my belly button pop out in my first pregnancy at all. Obviously it hasn't at all this pregnancy, but I've noticed that it is definitely not an innie anymore, and it looks like it's trying to pop out. Alrighty, well now it's time to show you guys my belly at 36 weeks. Alrighty, well thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to hit subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye.